Okay, guys, we're going to do the second version of this. So it's the in mod one, but it's question two, right? Because the first question was the first build. And we're going to do this pretty quickly. So if you go to Q2, you're going to see we have to cut out these shapes here, here, here. And we have to cut out like this cutout here, this little like indent going on in here, right? So let's do that and then we will be all set. Okay, so what we're going to do is use the existing build and we're going to turn back on that plane that we did way above. And we're going to put the shapes, we're going to, ooh, I put this right where my sketch button is. There we go. Sketch onto here, onto that plane. And then we're going to make that, we're going to go to the top view and we're going to make, top view, hello. Okay. The shapes that we saw. So there was a rectangle, there was this like narrow thing going on here, and there was something up here doing a thing, right? So we'll do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I know from doing this before is that we need this to be in the midpoint. So we're going to go midpoint, line, point, so the origin. That changes the dimension, which we know is 3. So I'm going to click here and say 3. Okay, and I pulled it past the piece, but I don't worry about that dimension. This one here is also going to be 3. And what other dimensions do I need? Let's see. This shape here is 30 by 48. So let's do that. So dimension, D on your keyboard, 30 by 48. Okay, and there's some key like things that tie things together. So if we look at this dimension from the edge of the circle to the end of our rectangle is 12. So dimension, edge of this to edge of this. And that's going to be 12. And then we know that we're going to have it centered. So I'm going to go right ahead and use line construction. I'm going to go from that origin and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find the center point in my rectangle. And I know it's not perfect. I know it's not right. And that's okay because I'm going to use a constraint, go here to vertical, and then click on this. And it ties that in there. All right, so let's see about this little guy here. We're going to tie him in, and then we're pretty much good to go. So for this one, we're going to go from the distance of the back edge of that rectangle is going to go to the back of this rectangle, and that is 13.95. So we're going to put that in. So this, we're doing this back at the bottom edge to here, and that's 13.95. And we have to round them. There's a fillet involved, and the fillet is 5. So let's throw that on there. Fillet is 5. I think it's an auto 5, like when you first click on it. So if yours is 5, you're cool. If yours comes up to like 20 and turns pink, just go right ahead and hit enter, change it to 5, and then click again. All right, that's all we need for this, so we can go right ahead and hit check. We're going to extrude, remove, and this is where things get a little weird. We know that we have those other pieces floating from our first drawing, so as we do this, you may find that it wants to do some weird information, and we're going to take that into account. So let's go ahead and do through all. It's turning red and mad at me. It must be going the wrong way is my guess. Oh, wants to merge scope. Okay, so clear here and click your piece. So what that's saying is I'm going to cut those holes through this and not through the handlebar or something else. And so that's what we want. Oh, there's my bell, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going because we're almost done. The next thing we need is to fillet these edges around here. And those, it says all other fillets are 2. So let's go ahead and throw that on there. And if you were doing this with me earlier in class, we may not have had this, which is fine. So that's 2. 2. So we have the 2 here. We've clicked on all those. We're good. All right, so the last thing is there's a cutout inside here, and we have two pieces of the stem now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the one connected to, so I can just click on it, I can see which one it is. This one, turn that off. And then I'm going to sketch on this surface here. I'm going to draw a rectangle right in the middle because we're just cutting out. And if you look what I'm doing, you'll see it's like floating there, right? It's totally fine because we wanted to cut out this curve. So if you click on that back piece, you're going to have a problem, which is what we ran into in class when we were doing it together. Okay, so we have this. It says it's 24 by 24 with a radius of 5, and the edge around it is 3. Okay, so 24 by 24 with a radius of 5. So that's it. Let's put the dimensions on. 24 by 24. Oh, I just typed 25. I'm like, that doesn't look like a square. Anybody else check that and see that? Okay, 24. There we go. We have a radius of 5. Click, 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 click. Hit enter. 5 looks good. Hit enter. If you have to type 5, go right ahead. And then finally, we want to center it on here, and they do that through dimensions. So they just say from here to here is 3. And if for some reason your thing is too high, you could always do the bottom one. It's square and centered, so it doesn't really matter if you do the right or the left, the top or the bottom. As long as you get the 3 on each side, it's going to lock it in. Then we're going to extrude remove. And we're going to go here and then merge with scope again. So we're going to click on that and click on this. So again, we're not cutting out other items that we've been working on. We're only cutting out this piece. So that was enough for me, that distance, that 52.5. We're good. You could lock it in, you could say 57. It's fine. Like, as long as you're through here, but not all the way through here, you're in good shape. You're going to hit check. Then you're going to go ahead and turn that other piece of the stem back on. Sorry, my system is doing its thing. We're going to go here to whatever this is, the scales, which is your mass and stuff like that. Click here, click here. Nope, I didn't get that one. And I've already put the material on it in the first one, so you don't have to put the material in. And this should be your number if you did it just how I did. So once you have that, you're going to go right ahead and screenshot it, which is Snip and Sketch with our programs. So we're going to go down here to Snip and Sketch. New. And then we're going to go, and I wonder if it's going to come up because I don't know, but I'm going to draw a snip. And there you go. It's all done. And if that didn't come out in my visual, that's okay too. Go to Snip and Sketch on the bottom left, find that program, and then you're going to submit what you save that as to the Canvas page. Thank you. And I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to get so I can turn this off. That's there. That's there.